While we're already feeling the devastating effects of human-caused climate change, governments continue to fall short on making and executing emission pledges that will help thwart further warming. So, what will our world look like in the next 30 to 80 years if we continue on the current path? Well, it's impossible to know exactly how the next decade will unfold. Scientists and climate experts have made projections, factoring in the current state of affairs. This future we are about to describe is bleak, but remember, there is still time to ensure it doesn't become a reality. In 2050, we're blown past the 1.5 degree target that the world leader promised to stick to. The Earth has warmed 2 degrees since the 1800s, when the world first started burning fossil fuels in the mass scale. Reports of heat waves and wildfires regularly fill the evening news. Summer days exceed 40 degrees in London and 45 degrees in Delhi, as extreme heat waves are now 8 to 9 times more common. These high temperatures prompt widespread blackouts as power grids struggle to keep up with the energy demands needed to properly cool homes. Ambulance sirens blare through the night, carrying patients suffering from heat strokes, dehydration, and exhaustion. The southwestern United States, southern Africa, and eastern Australia experience longer, more frequent, more severe droughts. Meanwhile, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Japan face more frequent heavy rainfalls as the rising temperature causes water to evaporate faster and trap more water in the atmosphere. As the weather becomes more erratic, some communities are unable to keep pace with the rebuilding was constantly destroyed. Many move to the cities where they face housing shortages and lack of jobs. Resource squeeze is felt in newborn intensive care wards, as the rising temperature and air pollution cause higher rates of premature and underweight births. More children develop asthma and respiratory disease, as red bloom in communities regularly exposed to forest fire smoke. The global emission rate added to the atmosphere each year. Finally, it started to level off thanks to the government action, but it's decades too late. We have failed to reach net zero in time. As a result, by 2100, the Earth warmed another 0.5 and 1.5 degrees. Over how our remaining glaciers have melted. As the sea heats up, its volume increases due to summer expansion. Together, this elevates sea level by way over a meter. Entire nations like Marshall Islands and Tuvalu are inhabitable, as a large swath of the islands are submerged. Some islands, like Maldives, spend billions of building interconnected ramps that house apartments, schools, and restaurants that float above its routed cities. Resettled climate migrants in Jakarta, Mumbai, and Lagos are forced to abandon their homes once again, as rising tides and extreme storms flood buildings and crumble infrastructure. Overall, 250 million people are displaced. Some affluent cities like New York and Shanghai attempt to adapt, elevating buildings and roadways. 10-meter-tall seawalls line the city's coast. Children learn about extinct sea life, which once inhabited the ocean reef, all which have vanished thanks to the rising surface water temperatures. Grocery prices skyrocket as food and water scarcity touch all communities. Fruits and products long grown in tropics and subtropics rarely show up on shelves as intense heat waves paired with increasing humidity make it deadly for farmers to work outdoors. Unpredictable heat waves, droughts, and floods cripple small-scale farmers in Africa, Asia, and South America, who previously produced one-third of the world's food. Hundreds of millions of people are pushed into hunger and famine. Climate prediction can feel overwhelming and terrifying, yet many of the experts responsible for these assessments remain optimistic. Since countries have first begun taking steps to lower their emissions, warming projections have shifted downwards. In less than a decade, we reduced our projected emission rates so that we no longer hit on track. So that we are no longer on track to hit nearly 4 degrees of warming. Policies that invest in renewable energy sources, cut fossil fuel production, support electric transportation, protect our forests, and regulate industry can help mitigate the worst effect of climate change. But climate experts have also stressed that current policies and strategies don't go far enough in speed or scale. Enacting real change will require both solutions, innovations, and collective actions. There's still time to rewrite our future, and every tenth of a degree counts.